Welcome to Money Chats and Mishaps, a podcast by Fam Brokers hosted by Renae Long, the director and founder of Fam Brokers.
Thank you very much for coming in today. This is Money Chats and Mishaps. So we're an early blooming podcast.
Yeah,
I got told the other day. I've started last December. So they tell me that you have to have 400 podcasts.
It takes a while, yes.
Yeah. And I was like, but I've had 22,000 people view my podcast so far.
Oh, wow.
So I was pretty chuffed.
22,000?
So, yeah, that was really good.
That's cool.
So thank you very much for coming on board.
Nice.
And over to the expert. So just tell the audience who you are, what we're going to do, because we're going to talk a bit about exciting tech things.
Yeah.
So AI, a bit of security, and with the finance industry as well.
Yeah. So, I did a bit of research on that for you. So my name's Norm Roberts. My company is MyOps, MYOPS, which was a derivation of My Operations back in 2017.
Okay.
Yeah. So everything was my something.
Pre-COVID?
Everything was my something. So I went, MyOps. So I started that in 2017 after I came out of banking. I was in banking for 20 years. I was in commercial and corporate finance.
Okay. Yeah.
So you've got a commercial background as well.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit better than residential, but let's not say
that. No.
Let's not say that.
That's out. Look away.
So I did that in Sydney and Melbourne for 15 years or so.
Yeah.
Went over to LA, was in the executive coaching, sales coaching, finance coaching side of things.
Yeah.
I was affiliated with Tony Robbins and was working on the West Coast, which was LA.
Mate.
So I was living
hood now.
I was living in. Sorry, I've just got this new Apple Watch and it's going off everywhere. So sorry if I keep looking at the stupid thing.
That's right.
I was living in Hollywood, doing a lot of sort of semi-celeb sort of stuff, a lot of coaching through Europe, Australia, and the US. GFC hit, which was awesome. So I got there in 2007. Yeah, saw Obama get elected, which was awesome. GFC killed all my dreams and aspirations, and I had to come back. As we know, GFC sort of killed subprime, killed all the lenders. I was in Sydney at the time. I called up, I think, sent out 40 resumes. I was quite good at the lending side of things. And everyone was like, we're being redeployed or redeployed or redundant. That was it, yeah. Redeployed or redundancies. And I was like, holy mackerel. And then I had some friends in the industry. A very good friend of mine, Lee Pryor from Ord Financial, if you know this. He's a very good friend of mine and he's awesome. And he helped me to get back into the industry through his brother, Brendan Pryor, who's working, anyway. So they brought me back up here, and then I was in the third-party mortgage broking side of things.
Okay,
post GFC. That was interesting because I had to I was in charge of accreditation. So as you know, all the subprime, second-tier lenders, basically Peppers. I can't remember. They all just Bluestone. That's the one. Yeah, they all just basically couldn't lend anymore, as we know, and so everyone came to the majors. And Westpac had 13,500 brokers at that time, 2009, immediately post GFC. So they went from, I think it was 130, 140 applications a day to over 300 a day coming in. So the lag time was 27 days to pick up. And because nobody understood actual real applications, it was all no doc, low doc, ninja loans, all that sort of stuff. Pre-GFC, before there was really any sort of guardrails on there.
The bid and compliance. But even with... But there was still standards. But in 2003, there was like 5,000 brokers in Australia.
Yeah.
And then it went up to it had that big jump post. And now we're at about 26,000, 27,000. And third party, which is the broker channel first. So everybody out there, you've got your banks, but you have a third party broker channel. The broker channel brings in more revenue in a lot of lenders than the actual bank itself.
Yeah, absolutely.
76% of Australians go to a broker to get their loans done now.
It's more personalised.
It's crazy.
I think it's a what is it? It's a necessary step because as a banker, when I was working I did Bank West, Bank of Melbourne, Westpac, St. George, that sort of thing. So like in that world, you can only send one product.
Or maybe they fit into two, depending.
Yeah, and it was all about, back then it was all, you had a thing in Westpac called CW4P, customers with 4 products, and you're trying to get. So it was all about just upsell, add-on sale. Your insurance is this, that, and the other.
And since then, we've had the inquiries, and I call them the acquisitions and inquiries, because you're right, there was 4 products or more. So there was such the added value. And now you've got to talk to the client about, yes, you're getting a $2,000 cash back, but what is it going to cost you? And do you really need a credit card? Because I know 12 years ago, I was doing a loan with she was a doctor, and there was a credit card application that they did when she did her IDing in the branch.
No, yeah.
And they declined the loan because then she couldn't service because she was tight on servicing because there was so many properties. And they did that and it fell over. And I went back to the bank and said, what the heck? And they said, oh, they can't do it. Then subsequently she went back to the same branch and was given the finance 2 weeks later, which can't happen anymore.
Wow.
Because they're not allowed to.
I remember that.
So, and we've had, because of an ACL license, you used to be able to have the DLAs, which is designated level of authority, with how much you could actually approve-ish. And with the franchises, and what people don't know is franchises like Rams and things like that, your mortgage choices and that sort of thing, sometimes you could go there and you would be an ACL holder to get their clients. So you would do that, and the designated level was at that level. Yeah. So those things don't happen anymore.
Oh, that's good. And I have been out of the game for 10 years.
Yeah.
This year, God, life goes fast, but yeah.
Oh, 10 years goes like that.
It's shocking,
So I went to a charity event yesterday, and we were sitting down, and it was to support, it was the Hyman Auctioneers charity event, yearly charity lunch, and sitting down and listening to this fellow who had, he got tackled the wrong way and became a quadriplegic at 23 years of age.
Wow.
And
not Perry Cross.
He's the Olympian, and he did. So he has done all these things, and like he was absolutely amazing was what he said, and he was making a joke about it, and he was saying, life's too serious and things like that, and it was all about what people can do and can't do. And about 6 of the tables were all finance people. So we all knew each other from banks or lenders and other brokerages.
It's a very small world.
Third-party channel. Yeah, like there would have been 40 people in the room you knew just from finance, banking, legal, accounting areas. So we've got Gaydens and all the others and that sort of thing, and we're having a bit of a chat. We're talking about resilience and how things have changed. And they were saying, what an inspirational story. And we said, well, isn't it an inspirational story about brokerage? And we started talking about things, definitely not comparing them, but like the things that have changed for the benefit of the client.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you used to have the one, and now you've got 500. There are more than 300 private lenders currently registered to lend in Australia at the moment.
There's 300. I remember back, because I did my master's on the mortgage broking industry, so I did the full thing. Is like... I think you've done an MBA as well. Was it through the same place?
So I've done it through Southern Cross University.
Okay. I did mine through the Australian Institute of Business.
Oh, okay.
So it's like workplace.
So I've done short courses through there. But
yeah. And so I was doing it on the mortgage, but just before the Royal Commission happened.
Oh, yeah.
So the 176 or something things, I was sort of not flying blind, but I was looking at, because I was doing the accreditation stuff and national roles and everything in the third party sector. And so I picked a lot of them, because it was fairly obvious to me.
Yeah.
A lot of the sort of shortfalls that they had, that was there 10 years ago.
But IDing, I think, has been the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Identity theft. There was people that had been kicked out of houses because people had stolen their identity, gone in, got cash into bank accounts, cash outs, hadn't paid, the repossessed properties. Those people got kicked out when they owned the property. The people that had stolen the identities had long gone.
Was that in Western Australia? Because there was a big thing over in Perth when people going on holidays and other I can't remember the exact story.
That was in the commission, and I think there was 3 or 4 cases.
Yeah.
So they'd call people up in positions, and they'd say, "Okay, you're going to be drilled on this today," and then they'd hit them with some examples and things like that. But there was, I think, 3 or 4 where people had gone away and people had moved in. They couldn't get them out.
Yeah, and then but they, I can't remember actually. It was quite a while back.
But identity theft has been huge. I had a client last month, and her credit score went from 990 down to 460 because somebody had broken in. So this is the third person of my clients, and I've got clients all over Australia, but it seems to be a bit of a thing. They were broken into 12 to 18 months, 2 years beforehand, and then 12 months, 18 months later, they're using their ID now because the people haven't replaced your driver's license, you haven't replaced other cards because, they haven't touched it, so they didn't get it. So they've gone
Medicare,
in and they've redone. So the digital economy is really changing in that aspect.
It's about to get worse. It's about to get pretty shocking. I know a lot of the stuff about the AI and everything like that, and the cybersecurity, etc.
So talk to me about my clients and the general public as well. One of the biggest things is my children say to me, "You're not allowed to put the pictures of your grandkids on your Facebook because people know you." So they could take them or whatever else, or target, and it's like, I understand, but it gets frustrating because you think you should be able to say, "Here's my grandbaby," but you can't.
No.
And there's some bit of technology at the moment where they're promoting to teenagers to change somebody's face onto somebody's naked body.
Reface, yeah. Yeah.
It's like,
I don't know about the naked body thing, but I know it's an app you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
targeting teenagers.
Everything's
trying to get that off, and it's just. But with identity theft, that's becoming next level.
Yeah.
And we have got to do so many things. So 12, 13 years ago, I was doing less than a quarter of the paperwork and checks that I have to do now.
Yeah.
So I was still thorough. You made sure it was bona fide, doing the best interest for the client, But now there's so many other things that you have to check, and if something identifies, so you start to preempt things. So you also add on things to say, well, this will safeguard me a little bit by doing extra
checks and balances
than what I have to do because things come up.
Absolutely, yeah.
So tell me about technology and how it's changing.
The more I learn, the less I want to know.
Yeah, I like it.
That is pretty much how it is. So a couple of stats. Have you ever heard of Willow, the Google Willow thing? Yeah. Yep. So in 5 minutes, it achieved a problem. It solved a problem that would take, I think the thing is 29 septillion years for a supercomputer that we currently have to do.
Wow.
Right now. That's literally what's happening.
I didn't know the stats, but I've heard, wow.
It's like 25 zeros or something after it. So that's it. Basically, someone said that not someone, I read somewhere that it was actually longer than the universe has actually existed, would have taken the supercomputer to figure it out. And Willow did it in 5 minutes. And that's right now.
Wow.
So just a couple of stats. So at the moment, pretty much everything you do on your computer is about to be replaced, is going to replace you. So it can be automated.
Yeah.
Everything. I, at the moment, I'm bringing out a SaaS product in the tax depreciation side of things using AI, where you can walk into a room, just scan it with your phone. It measures everything. It itemizes everything, adds it to the itemizes it through the ATO, reads the rules, then basically does 80% of the heavy lifting for you, and 20% is human in the loop, the 10% input and the 10% output.
Wow.
That's about to change.
That's incredible.
Software as a service. Yeah, that's literally happening. That's just because I've focused.
Depreciation specialists, they're so hard to find. Good ones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can't comment on that because I've worked with some, but hopefully they're not watching. However, there are really good ones that I've worked with. I was a property investor for 25 years. Yeah. When they say top 1%, all that sort of jazz. So I had quite a few investment properties. I was in the game, understood it all.
Yeah.
All of that sort of jazz. And it was quite hard to find a tax depreciation specialist that could actually do it properly. And then an accountant that would actually know how to handle it. I'm not even going to go there, but then you just go, come on, guys. So that's all about to be taken over. It's literally just, it's right there right now.
So with that, my clients are mainly sticky, they'll call them, because I have a good retention rate. Sorry? Sticky.
Okay, yeah.
So they'll refer to them as sticky because I have an exceptionally high retention rate.
Mm-hmm.
But I physically see my clients still.
Yep.
I'm a little bit old school because I'll fly to Perth. I fly to Victoria.
Oh, wow.
I fly to Sydney.
To go and do sort of...
Yeah. So I'll fly down a week at a time because I've got a lot of clients in Sydney. I used to live in Sydney. I worked at North Shore, you know.
I did North Sydney for a while.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So I've got a lot of friends as well, but a lot of businesses and clients down there. And Victoria, I've probably started to get quite a good patch down there, and we're going to expand and have a couple of brokers in Sydney and Victoria soon. But it's the face-to-face. AI is fantastic. It saves me so much on rewriting or formatting an email that I need to take emotion out. I am so emotional.
Or you can put emotion into it.
But I say make this more professional, remove emotions, and it comes back.
I do the exact opposite.
Oh, do you?
Because I'm very direct. I'm very clinical. Like if I want to say something, like I did this staff perspective survey at Westpac, and my first staff perspective survey, I think I got the lowest in the country.
Oh,
and
wow.
It was like I was a bank manager, I got GFC, so I went out of the third party into a bank manager role in Ashmore. And the staff, they must, because I grew up in the commercial banking, male dominated young bloke. I was 33, 34, all of a sudden managing women that were tellers that had lived in Ashmore all their lives. And here I was like Melbourne, Sydney, LA, Ashmore, right? This is quite funny. And so I'm in Ashmore. I'm like, okay, well, you're at work. You're healthy. I don't need to know if you're well or not. You're there, right? So I got this low thing because I wouldn't ask them how they were if they had a sick day. I thought, oh, you must be well, right? That was just my... So I'm just very like that.
So I used to be a psych. So I understand how your mind works with that, right?
So then I went, okay, I get it. So now when I cut this bit out, so so when I write an email, I say, hi, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Something that relates to them, I don't know. And then at the end of it, I'll say, take care, and hopefully we'll talk, something nice at the end. So starting. And then if I use AI, I'll be like, make it more friendly, professional, succinct, and to the point, that sort of thing, but in a friendly manner. And it does it beautifully, better than I can do it.
Better than I can do it.
Like you can literally, with an email,
I've written a book. I'm not game. Well, I've written a couple of books. Mm-hmm. I've got one published, but I'm not game to put this book forward because it's like AI will rip it down.
Yeah. I actually,
it was well written.
Do you know, it's actually quite scary. I was actually, because I listen to ABC because I'm old now, and or Old FM. What is it, Gold FM?
Old FM, yeah.
Yeah, which is our generation. I'm not sure. I'm 1975, and so I'm listening to Creed and all those sorts of rocky stuff.
Rocking.
Yeah. So all these old school songs. It's like 90s. Oh my god, that's like.
I'm hearing you. I
was going to say something then, but I got stuck on that. Oh yeah. So AI, it was literally everywhere you're hearing about it. It's because it is scary, and when blissful ignorance. If you're ignorant to it, be blissful in that because you don't want to know. There's something like 80,000 jobs have been lost this year, 2025.
And yet they say no jobs are being lost.
Have a look at the American economy right now, because I'm macro, because I do a lot of crypto investments, Bitcoin, that sort of thing. And I have been for quite a few years. So I'm very much, watching the M2 money supplies and policy and, what they're doing, all that sort of jazz. And if you have a look at the American economy right now, everyone's getting laid off. And what they're doing on places like LinkedIn, they're basically creating jobs. So all their jobs that they're creating in the market are false because they're creating them. They're saying, oh yeah, we've got all these job advertisements out because we've got all these, but they're reposting the same ones. So people aren't actually even getting the jobs, and what they're doing is using those to data collect and then farm them off to marketing agencies, etc., or sell them wherever. So the US government has actually revised 3 times the June quarter jobs results, and it went from positive to now 22. I think it's negative. It's in the negative. 22,000 jobs were lost in that quarter. They were saying it was like 200 or something thousand were actually gained, and then they've just revised because all these people, for their shareholders, for the the strength of their company, for their reporting. Oh, yeah, we're growing exponentially. But Salesforce got rid of 6,000 people. Microsoft just got rid of 4,000.
Yeah.
Some big company over in India just got rid of 12,000. They're all getting rid of people because you can literally do everything on AI. And there's difference between what we know as ChatGPT, which is a large language model.
Yeah.
So you give it a prompt, it gives you a response. There's agentic AI. Have you heard of agentic AI or agents? It's coming. Is
that the new one that's coming out?
It's more autonomous.
Yeah.
It's there already. So right now, myself personally, I have got a virtual receptionist, Eva, an enterprise virtual assistant. And what she does is she'll take your call, do a sentiment analysis, put you onto another Eva, enterprise virtual assistant, whereby you can go into a lead follow-up process. You can go into a follow-up process, so like your 30, 60, 90 days after settlements, etc., like that. You don't even know you're not talking to a human.
Yeah.
And that literally has replaced me having to go out and get a virtual assistant and train them and then ensure that they're doing the job.
I don't know how the overseas companies, because I get asked 100 times a week, do you need a virtual assistant? Do you need a virtual assistant? And half the time they're bots asking me, and you can tell a lot of the time, but you can't tell sometimes. And you can't tell with pictures now either.
No, I've got
Pictures
an avatar.
are getting so good.
I've got an avatar that literally posts twice a week
Yeah.
on my thing that you saw. I think you liked it.
Yeah.
And I did the dragon behind, so you go, what the hell's this dragon about? Yeah. You remember it, don't you? It's the dragon post.
But it's that prompt point for your brain, effectively.
You listen, and you have a look.
I'm going to look at that. What is he talking about?
See what he's doing. So that literally does it automatically. I don't even know what it says. I just literally, it's posted, and I'll have a look, and I'll go, yeah, I knew that.
There's so many jobs and like changes. So physical jobs, AI can't do.
It can.
Build the cars and things like that.
Yep.
With certain things.
No, basically what's happening is the robotics industry has also gone ahead. So now the robotics
are amazing at the moment.
I'll give you an example. There's a company in China at the moment that spits out a smartphone every 3 seconds. No humans, completely automated. Every time it makes a mistake, it figures it out and makes itself better, and then redesigns the phone and spits out more in that sense.
Isn't it scary?
And it's all in the dark and no one goes in there. It's literally just doing it. And that's right now. A smartphone every 3 seconds. Think about that. Think about Amazon.
Yeah.
You order something, it goes through a complete automated process and comes to your door. The only human in the loop on that is the people that make the product, probably, that you can import from China, and then you send it there, and then they take their 15%, and then you get basically, it comes to you and someone delivers it. And that's going to be gone soon too, because there's going to be automated delivery.
But there's automated everything.
Yeah.
So COVID taught us a lot of things. That pizza can be delivered by a drone. People can get milk from down the road by a drone.
Yes.
Which took out so many things. Delivery drivers and that had a huge spike, but it's not as high anymore.
Did you hear about? I think it was about 5 years ago. There was a big uproar about the terminology "learn to code." So they were talking about Tesla and how they were doing driverless cars and deliveries and all that sort of stuff, and all the drivers are up in arms. And there was this backlash from Gen Zs. I think probably Gen Zs, because Gen Alphas are out there now. The Gen Zs, millennials, learn to code. Can I give you an example of AI right now? So I've got an app that I'm going to release probably by the end of this year.
Okay.
When I got into this industry, when I was doing bespoke software design, digital project management, straight out of finance, I was into this because I love it.
Yeah.
And I would do, round after round with key stakeholders within the business, like I'm talking 7-figure jobs sort of thing. And so it's very detailed, 6 months analysis. You're doing what's called wireframing. So you're building how it should be, the user interface.
Yeah.
You're basically saying this button should go here, use cases, user stories, all of that sort of stuff. That would be like a 6-month process back in 2022. 2017 through to 2022. ChatGPT was released, I think, in November 2022, and it had 1 million users in the first week. I think it was 100 million by January. So that's how fast this stuff takes off. But that was a 6-month process, and it involved myself, my systems analysis, plus developers, and we were going backwards and forwards. I have designed within 1 week with $0 expense. It's called vibe coding. Have you heard of vibe coding?
No.
So vibe coding is basically using AI to code. So you literally go in and say, I want an app that does this and that. So you can go to like Replit, Lovable.
Yeah.
So you can basically get your proof of concept with no cost. Then all you do is the UI UX or the user interface, user experience side of things, and you basically journey map it out. For client journey map, and then you basically can go to your developer and say, now put a server on it, host it, do this, do that, and then they'll basically create this thing that used to take 6 months and tens of thousands of dollars in time and expenses, and now you can do it in a week.
We've just changed a CRM system that's got some AI functionality because we have to evolve and change and
absolutely.
Do what we need to do.
CRMs are my specialty, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, okay, there you go.
I'm keen to ask you which one it is.
People have harassed the heck out of me for this, and I want to do a new website, and I went out to the market. I've never had so many varied specs on, and it's pretty much an 80-20 rule for all of it. 80% of it is identical with every proposal.
Yeah.
20% varies.
All AI
right?
generated.
Exactly. Yeah. But the costs are the biggest things. So from very little to, wow, I could buy a car with that.
Oh, wow, okay.
That's
for a website?
For a website. And I'm like, And one person said to me on the phone, but you're doing really well. I see your face on LinkedIn all the time. You've grown a lot. You've got all these things. You've got a podcast, You can afford it.
Oh, that's a good sales technique.
He said that to me on the phone, and I'm like, do you get out much? And he goes, what? I went, do you get out much? He goes, of course I do. Why? And then he was quite terse. And I went, you just said to me, you think I have money, so therefore I should pay more. And he's like, oh, well, no, I'm worth it. Oh, and it'll take 8 weeks. I said, what are you doing it yourself? AI does that. I can do basic coding for an EDM that looks pretty good when it goes out. Yeah. So I'm old, but I'm not that old. Yeah. You can still work things. You can, change but it's just crazy. That's come over to me.
That I would suggest, just to what you were touching on there, is probably the biggest risk to your industry. Is that AI is literally replacing admin staff, juniors. People who remember probably when I started in the industry lending, I was in Broadway in Sydney as a customer service rep, and the big regional manager came and said, "Oh, why didn't you apply for the business finance manager role?" And I said, "I didn't know it was going." He said, "Do you want it?" I said, "Yep." And he goes, "Congratulations. Take the rest of the week off. There you go." Because I was doing all right I'd
usually start a job, and the next day the CEO comes in and goes, do you want to talk about such and such? Okay. And the next day, be like, no, your office is over here now, and this is what you're doing. And I'm like, right.
Yeah, and I still say, and when I was training lenders, because I was in charge of Westpac, home finance managers, local business bankers, up and down from Coolangatta up to Helensvale.
Yeah.
And so I was doing a lot of sort of lending training with them. Anyway, I completely forgot I got like such ADD.
Going up to getting the job.
Yeah. So I literally, when I first got that job, they gave me a mobile phone and a laptop. I didn't know
How big was that thing?
Yeah, it was pretty big. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay, thanks. But my first meeting, I had 48 acronyms. I didn't know what an LVR was. I submitted 2 deals, equipment finance deals. I didn't know what I was doing. And the third deal so there were 2 of them were approved. And the third one, the credit manager comes to me and says, where's your servicing worksheet? I said, what's that? I didn't know what a serviceability worksheet was. That was how green I was. And they were actually...
They didn't train you. No.
That was go out there. 48 different acronyms, I remember. And I was like looking it up. What's an LLVR? What's an LVR? What's what's this? And or LTV now and all these different and you're like, what are they talking about? And that's how we got trained.
GTIs. What's that?
But and then now DSCs and ISRs and I can't even remember now. That's 10 years. But it gets so ingrained in you. Here's another thing, the basal ganglia in your brain. This is where it all sort of relates to. And I watched this thing on dementia. I'm a bit of a geek. One of the things that it did was it said your basal ganglia doesn't develop if you don't exercise it. So if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yep.
So Gen Alpha at the moment, so I'm putting all different snaps of information together and hopefully coming to a good result. But Gen Alpha at the moment, which is the iPad generation, I think they're oldest around 14 or 15. So they haven't developed interpersonal relationship skills. Communication, they can't, conflict resolution. They're unsure of it. Like we saw with the Gen Zs, they were doing, we were all saying, you can't make the world round and nothing's soft and, everyone, like they're all very emotional and everything. It's even worse for Gen Alpha, who are the next generation that we're going to be hiring to replace us. They cannot operate in a humanistic style. They don't have the human skills. So when you say, I have this good interpersonal relationships, I think that's going to be the commodity of the future because people are literally looking now for paintings that are human painted, sculptures and everything that the artist actually signs affidavits in real pen, not the auto pen from the US, but in real time.
Have you seen them do art? It's amazing.
That's crazy. It's really good.
Level. Yeah.
The Aboriginal, the radio show I was talking about, I'm back on. Apparently I've got ADD, so I go off on tangents and then come back to them.
That's fine. I can relate to that.
So one of the, I haven't finished the book yet, but apparently, and that's the truth. I laugh at that all the time. Yeah. So the Indigenous, is that the correct terminology now? Indigenous?
Depends on who. So at the moment, what I've heard, Indigenous.
Okay.
Because it was First Nations.
Yeah.
But it's changed.
Well, I'm Papua New Guinean, so I was called a lot of things when I was young. So, but so I'm not being racist in any way, shape, or form. But the Indigenous population apparently is really upset because AI has just replaced their language, as in learnt their language and is writing songs in their language and actually being being able.
Very disrespectful to elders.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was just on the radio on ABC as I was coming in. I was like, and there's another point. Like literally, we're just being replaced. Do you want to hear the scariest thing? Because this really is where it blew my mind. So right now we've got a thing called narrow AI, which is GPT, DeepSeek, Grok, all of that, Gemini. So it's basically prompting, responding, here's your job, do it, sweet. So then you've got the agentic sort of AI that's coming in and it's sort of a little bit more autonomous. It learns, it stores, it replicates, that sort of thing. So that's narrow AI. Then there's what's called AGI, which is artificial general intelligence. That's where it's basically on par with us, right? And you're sort of like, But once it achieves, synchronicity, parity, I can't remember the word. Once it achieves parity with us, it will literally go exponential curve into what's called artificial superintelligence. We don't even know what that looks like because we're not smart enough to go past AGI. So we don't even, I think the best term that I ever heard, and I use it all the time, was Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park, when he said, they were wondering if they could, but they should have been wondering whether they should.
Yeah.
The people that are inventing artificial intelligence are not the people that you want in charge of your kids, right? And they're the people that are basically replacing us with something that they're building, but they're not socially.
So in the human side of it, go back to...
Yeah, I'm waffling now, sorry.
Right? Neonate babies, the babies that are preemie that need physical touch or else they die.
Yeah, wow.
Humans need physical touch.
Yes, we do.
Before they die.
Yeah.
We literally shrivel. And you're right with the generations. There's so many research papers at the moment of how disengaged and disconnected people are, and that human touch and intervention. And so I'm from a family where everybody hugs each other, and you know, it doesn't matter who you are. You know, I bring people over for Christmas Day. I don't know who they are because I've got nowhere to go. So happy days. You always would give somebody a meal, give somebody a roof over their head if they needed it, open the door to them. These days, you don't open the door.
No.
You don't talk to somebody. I'll walk down the street smiling. People look at me, and I swear people look at me and say, she's got something wrong with her.
She's weird. Yeah. No,
She's talking to herself? Maybe.
I was a very giving person until I went to boarding school and then realised that... Anyway, that's another story. But I understand where you're coming from, and I think we're being...
Your cognitive capacity, your frontal lobe is very different in the way it's developed now, and it's the iPad generation. I've got a granddaughter who's in preschool, prep. They've all got an iPad.
Yeah.
But she said to me the other day, and my daughter will kill me for saying this, Nana, she said, such and such asked me to be my friend. And I said, oh, that's lovely. She said, I told her, I've got too much going on to have another friend. There's so much work. I need to do this, this, and this for school. And and you're not allowed to ask. It's not that you're not allowed to ask. It's different phrasing. I mean, kids have big emotions, and you can sit there and you can do an angry dance or shake your sillies out or whatever. And that's great because that's psychosocial and physical, and it helps the big squiggles make to little squiggles like the brain. When you're smaller, you've got the big squiggles. I used to tell little kids. Then you have little squiggles like spaghetti. And your brain works differently because it develops with all the neurons and changes.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
And they go, we love spaghetti. Well, your head's going to be full of amazing spaghetti, and they would love it. And you'd talk to them, but my grandkids are amazing, and I'm biased, but one of them is so out there. She must drive her friends mad because she's a hugger like a nana, and because she's been taught that a bit.
Yeah.
But then some of the others aren't, and I've got a couple of grandkids.
Yeah.
But
I can't believe it, honestly.
And children,
I'm like,
you're a fibber, but thank you for that.
No, you look good. You're good.
But it's just crazy. You'll go and talk to people, and I'll talk to OTs and speechies and doctors and pediatricians that I used to work with and on a team and stuff. And you think to yourself, wow, things have changed. But that iPad generation that we speak of, there's not a lot of... It used to be that when people go postal and horrible things happened...
Postal? Is that for mass murders and things?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Postal workers.
Kids would say that they saw it on a game, and then it changed their lives. But now they're actually doing PET scans and finding different things lit up in their brain at the time.
Look at all the medication and the diet as well. Nothing's natural anymore. The medication is just like, I've just been diagnosed with a heart issue, and I'm getting it fixed in about a month or so. It's an electric short circuits occasionally, and it goes into really rapid heart rate. So in case anybody knows me, it's not life-threatening at the moment. But
he just gets really excited to see you.
Yeah. But they put me on so many medications, and then they've got other medications to negate the medications, and I'm just like, just get me, because I literally got out of hospital last week. You know, I was in like this. Anyway, it was the whole thing, you know. But it's called atrial flutter. So it's like your heart flutters, right? It's not bad, and it's not life threatening at the moment, but it could, you know, blah blah blah. I'm just waffling now. But
so you get tachycardia?
Yeah, high rapid heart rate and stuff. Yeah. So that's why I bought the Apple Watch, which I'm trying to figure out. I only got it yesterday. I'm like, damn you.
Well, I bought I've got a Samsung, sorry.
Yeah.
And I bought Samsung.
I tried Samsung.
And it's like, doof, doof, doof. Get up and walk. And I'm like, I've got stuff to do.
Yeah.
But it's all this technology.
But that's what's happening with the younger generation is they're being, okay, oh, you're a little bit sad, here's something. Yeah, you're a little bit too happy, okay, like anxiety, or I don't know, I'm not saying anxiety's happy, but what I'm saying is like, oh, you got some sort of outlier sort of emotion, here's a medication for it. And that's what they teach the nurses, like everything. I was given. Like I was being, no offense against the nurses, this is what they're trained to do, but it was like every 5 minutes, endone, something to make you sleep, something to make you, you're a bit constipated. Anyway, so back to what we're talking about, the AI side of things. So you're getting medicated for that, so that's messing up with your ability to function cognitively, and then you're getting the ability to not even think and have interpersonal relationships. You're literally talking to AI, and then they've got to come out.
Do so well.
They've got to come out into the real world. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, because that is easy to do. Putting in all the stuff. Oh, it's all fake anyway. Instagram. It's all.
I met a client once, and their profile picture on LinkedIn was not them. I don't even think it was the same person.
Really?
There was at least 30 to 40 years difference.
Oh, that bad.
When they turned up, and I was like, they came over to me and said, Renae, I'm here. I went,
who are you?
I'm waiting for blank blank. Yeah, that's me. And I went, oh.
Yeah. Wow.
And my face, it's like, uh-huh. And they're like, are you okay? Yeah.
And your body language is, I'm okay.
Who are you? You're going to chloroform me and take my kidneys?
But that's like everything's AI. Like my profile picture on LinkedIn is AI. Because, because I wanted options and I didn't want to do all the changing. And I was trying to do it on the iPhone and I just wasn't getting it right. And then I just saw this advert and I went, okay, upload 12 photos and it does it. Gave me 200 options.
Nice.
I still use it. I've got on, because I do, under the coaching, it's under beyondnorm.com.au. That has live photos of me in a suit.
Yeah.
And that was professionally done really well. But I would rather use the AI version because it's cleaner and it's aligned and it's
photos. So photographers,
gone.
Got some, there's amazing photographers out there that have a real eye for things.
Yeah.
But you put it into AI and AI can, but you can tell your computer or your phone, set it up, take pictures and, speed them up and, make this a memory day, it's a birthday, and then it'll shuffle things around for you.
Yep. You can do that on your iPhone. I was showing to my father-in-law. I was like, I took a photo of all of us and then like on your phone, you can literally just erase them. It's on everyone's iPhone if they don't know what it is, but basically you literally just color them in and they just disappear out of the photo. So all your exes and everything you can get rid of and have really good memories.
Gone.
Yeah.
Hey, I love that day.
So I sent it to them. He wasn't really happy with it, but I was like, best day ever. And it was just everyone else but him. We have a good relationship though.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I was going to say, he
knows my sense of humour.
Okay. So with everybody out there, if you could tell them one thing about AI and how it's going to change their life. Future-proof them a little bit for anything, whether it be if they're even setting up a new home, because now people use AI for stylists.
Yeah.
I want this look in this house.
Yeah.
Where do I get? And they'll even link it to this is furniture and this is what it is. So they get a shopping list before they move in of what they need.
So my big thing is dementia. Right.
Yeah.
So dementia affects a lot of us. Over 85, I think it's 50%.
Yeah.
And that's why I know a little bit about the basal ganglia.
Yeah.
If you don't use it, you lose it. Don't become reliant on AI, because I see. I had a client once recently this year actually, and he would summarize his emails through Gemini.
Yeah.
And then respond to them through Gemini. So he wasn't actually reading the emails, didn't know what was going on in his business. And so basically what was happening was he actually forwarded me emails that he was forwarding them, so he didn't even know how to use it. He started losing his cognitive ability to run his own business.
Wow.
Because he wasn't understanding what his clients were saying, what the problems were, what the issues, workflows. He wasn't literally looking at his business because he was letting AI do all his thinking for him. And so he was doing all of these other things and not actually focused on his business. And when I finished up, I delivered CRM, and also
what was it on HubSpot?
It was HubSpot, yeah. That's what they wanted. I don't always go to the mains.
High level or HubSpot or
go high level. I do. I've done high level pipe drive, Insightly, Salesforce.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of them. I've done a few bespoke sort of things for people who want specific stuff.
Yeah.
And then, but they're all generally the same. They've all got the similar, but it's just the capacity of the people using them.
Yeah.
One thing, this is a couple of things that I see. So we're not training people to have interpersonal skills. So the younger people don't have those. You notice when you go shopping now, sales assistant will talk at you. They won't ask you any questions. Oh, what are you looking for? Have you got a special event? Do you have a specific color? Have you got the belt? Have you done this? Whatever, right? They'll just go, oh, you're looking at that shoe. Oh, that shoe does this. Oh, you're looking at that belt. Oh, that belt does this. There's no, they have no understanding. It's just like posting a thing. Okay, I don't agree with you. Turn it off. Switch off comments. Don't get notified.
Yeah.
I just walk away, and that's how they're selling now. So the issue with that is when we're bringing them into our thing, they're using AI to think for them. We use it to supplement, and as our generation, like the older generation, I think Gen X, Gen Z, sort of thing. We're able to already have that skill, and then we just enhance our ability. Sort of like RoboCop. We enhance our strength. Like you said, make it me. I'm not very emotional when I write.
Yeah.
Even though I do think in my head,
too emotional.
In my head, I'm thinking
I share everything.
Yeah. In my head, I'm like, hey, how you doing? Blah blah blah. And it's like morning.
Yeah.
Do this. And I'm thinking, I'm being really nice.
Hey, I'll ask about the dog. How's the puppy now?
I've
noticed one of the kids' birthdays.
That's a skill.
You've had, when we spoke last time, like 4 months ago, did the pool get finished? Oh my God, how did it? And even a client the other day went, so I said, have you gone on your trip? Just checking up. It's been 3 months since you settled. Have you gone on your trip or are you back? And he sends through a picture of him and the kids and his wife. And they're like, it was their first skiing trip. And I went, okay, who fell over first? And we had this 15-minute banter, but the 15 minutes I enjoyed, but they enjoyed as well. And then she tags in and she's like, oh, you should have been here. I said, mate, I told you I'd have fit it in the suitcase. I'm short. Just get a wide suitcase and you'll be right.
Yeah.
And she sends back
with wheels.
lol.
With wheels.
Wheel me, don't drag me. And she's like, lol, kids say hi. And you'll get I don't take offense if somebody sends me a love heart or a kissy sign or a hug or anything.
That's because that's your nature. Me, I'm like, why's my mate sending me a love heart?
I do it to everyone, and then I'm like, I think I've told about 10 clients that I've said, yep, love you, bye. I've got the phone and they went, yes, you told them you loved them. I went, I'm not saying I love you, creepy or something. It's
in the deep, because I love you.
Exactly. and I do this stupid thing where I think it's stupid, but my clients seem to like it. When they get a formal approval, I always I sing happy anniversary to you, happy formal approval day to you, happy birthday to you. I ring up and do that. That's my thing, right? Nice. But I had a client so 3 guys, they're all clients, they work together. So I sung to one, sung to person number B, and person number C, I sung to his wife. He texts me to say, you owe me a phone call. Phones up, is everything all right? So I was in trouble, like it was really terse. And I thought, oh, I'm in trouble. What did I do? He said, you didn't sing Happy Formal Approval Day.
Yeah, nice.
And what the poop did was he had me on speaker in the truck with all the boys.
And made you sing.
Happy Formal Approval Day to you for yesterday. Happy Formal, and I can't sing for nuts, so I know that. And then all of a sudden, this roar of laughter from like 5 or 6 guys, and I'm like, you didn't tell me I was on speaker.
Yeah.
He's like, no, such and such is here and such, because they all work on the same site.
Yeah, nice.
And
that's cute. See, that is stuff that AI will never replace.
Only 2 of them were friends, but when the other guy came to me, I said, oh, you work at such and such. I've got 2. He went around, and now the 3 of them are friends. Okay. So it was really funny. It was like, I've never had friend by mortgage broker before. Yeah. But you've got to remember something.
That's kind of bizarre, isn't it?
For me,
you're the rainmaker.
We're humans, right?
I agree.
We're humans.
Like you said about the Neo babies before.
Yes.
And they need touch to survive and that sort of thing. It's exactly the same with us. Like,
but if we dehumanize humans, who are we?
And that's what. Look, I've got like I love good conspiracy theories. Love them because I think outside the realm.
I have a friend who I really want to put on the podcast and just let him go for it.
Yeah, I've got some good ones. I've got.
Right.
I'm not.
Hit me with one. We have gone off with this one, but that's okay.
It's not a conspiracy theory. It's just like with the whole, and this is going to be controversial, but the whole last administration in the US, if you wanted to ruin a country, you wouldn't be able to plan it better than what they did, right? So you literally couldn't plan it better. 10 million, just open the borders, have every nation in the world just send their offal. They've literally opened up jails in Venezuela and said, go. And they all went, and that's the Tren Aragua gang members that were there. They were all literally in prison. They opened it up and kicked them to America. So that was all, anyway, so there's all of that, right? And what was, jeez, my ADHD kicked in. Conspiracy theory. So that's pretty much it. If you wanted to enslave humanity, you would get them reliant on something and then take it away from them. We have been trying, and this is...
We're not seeing Planet of the Apes.
But yes. And plus...
Sorry, I consider it as that.
Yeah.
We're making ourselves dumber.
Yeah.
By getting something to think for us. Neurologically, our synapses don't fire.
No.
We need that.
Absolutely. And you look at... have you ever heard of an EMP, like an electromagnetic... Okay, so that comes from the sun, solar radiation. So that literally happened in 1940-something in America, and it literally blacked out...
solar flare.
Yeah, solar flares. So we're literally like always dicing with death with that. We just live in our little bubbles thinking that we're all safe and everything. But meanwhile, the entire... Yeah, blissful ignorance. I love it. The more I know, the less I want to know. So... if you wanted to enslave the population, all of us, you would get us reliant. I think it was Apple has the next 50 years of evolution of the iPhone already. But what they're doing is they're training us to use it, because if they released 50 years from now, we wouldn't. You think about 2007 when they invented it, and it's like a touchscreen. And you went from the Ericsson, the Nokias...
But can I just say,
you didn't even text
that sucker off a cliff, and that Nokia would still ring.
Yeah.
If you pop it heavily, it clicks.
And you'd also the benefit was if you put it between your legs, you get cancer.
Yeah.
And then literally you could hear it on every speaker in the room when it started. Sort of thing.
Do you remember a fax machine?
Yes.
Somebody rang me the other day and asked me for my fax number, and I went, 1980s called and what?
Yeah, my gosh.
They didn't get the joke. I'm like, Ray Martin could do that. And they said, who's he? Don't worry.
I was thinking actually back to when I started in banking in 2000 in Melbourne, Bank of Melbourne.
Yeah.
And we used to get the mailbag, and it would just and there would be checks, and, you'd have the click-clack, the old click-clack, things like that. And you'd literally, proof bag.
If you don't have cash, I mean, everybody wants to take cash out of the equation.
I don't even think there's cash anymore. I haven't had cash for ages.
There is cash. So I always keep a small amount of cash just in case something happens. But at Christmas, guaranteed, you are there with $500 worth of groceries. The EFTPOS machines go down. And then Woolworths closes. Or Coles
An alarm
closes.
goes off. An alarm
goes off. And people are like, no, we need this food. It's Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Because you pick up extra things.
Yeah.
And you think to yourself, oh no. So it's like, I've got cash, and they're like, okay.
What do I
There's
do?
There's only 2 people in the store that has cash. So that's a day that I will bring cash to the store. But guaranteed that'll break down about 4 times a year. 4 times in the day in that year. Yeah.
On Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve guaranteed. But once they go down, people can't spend anything. And literally, Woolworths and Coles will shut their doors if that goes down.
Really?
Like
I've never actually...
Crazy.
I despise crowds. I'm just not a crowd person. And I'll shop a week before if I need to at 9 o'clock, at 8:55 and 9, between 8:55 and 9.
Because nobody's there.
Yeah, everyone's gone.
But it doesn't matter whether it's Christmas Eve or not. If it goes down, they'll still shut the stores now.
Oh, okay.
So we are so reliant on the
everything.
internet.
Yeah. Oh well, I'm a bit of a prepper too, right? Okay. I do a lot of thinking. It's the whole introverted thing. I've got too much time on my hands by myself, and so I think about if I had to survive, how long would I be able to survive? And how would the world go without electricity or running water?
Yeah.
And I looked at COVID, and when COVID happened, and the toilet paper and the absolute...
I still don't get the toilet paper thing.
But it wasn't... for me, it wasn't about the toilet paper. It was about the way society reacted. So... Panic. And every person for themselves. And so without electricity or running water, you think about... without the ability to think or be cognitive... with the AI doing all the thinking for you, now you don't have that ability. How are these people, subhumans basically, like they're not human because they haven't developed human emotions or relationships or anything like that. They're having the relationship with a phone. That's now taken away. How are they going to react in a real world where they have to forage? They have to look after themselves. So it basically goes to the bikies.
So the theory currently, it's a bit an out there theory that every so many years, people evolve, yeah?
Yep.
In the thousands of years.
Makes sense.
Boom, all of a sudden we evolve. When we evolve quite rapidly. So there's a theory at the moment where children, because of their change in cognition, we've evolved with so many children on the spectrum and with no emotion for potentially a reason. So there is a theory out there at the moment with that. There's some scientific basis on some of it, but whether it's true or not, fundamentally, break it down to if you're in that sector and something happens, you either will introvert and potentially be that postal worker, where you know you're a gun.
What do you call it? The postal something? Go postal. Yeah, I like that.
And then, or you could be that person that will gravitate to the mind control cult type leader. And you'll have segregated family and smaller communities that haven't had as much influence on things. So there's pretty much the trinity of what society would break down to. And it's none of it's good.
No.
When you look at...
The bikies will rule. The bikies are literally our warriors of old. They're the guys, the Vikings, the knights, all of that. They're the biggest, strongest, ruthless. They're still fathers and parents, but they will protect their family,
and the club.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's their family, it's their church, it's their religion. So they're the people that will rule because they've got that brotherhood and all of everything, and they've got a gang of very strong masculine men that will take. Because if you've got food and they need food, they'll take that food. You've got no choice in the matter. There's no law and order if that all happens. And so how advanced are we? And are we ready to take on a intelligence that is smarter than us?
Okay, so yes, it's cognitively smarter than us, but we can still make decisions that AI say is impossible, and we can make it happen. Surgeries,
can we?
Yeah.
No, because that'll be taken.
No, 100%, you can't do that. But a neurosurgeon or a cardiac surgeon, there are hundreds of thousands of examples where the computer said can't do it, won't do it, the person won't survive. They've done it, the person survived.
Yeah, but we haven't invented... it hasn't become superhuman intelligence yet.
Yeah,
that's the old way.
But even if it's superhuman intelligence, sometimes emotion creates a better outcome
we don't know.
than a non-clinical
We don't
emotion.
know. We don't know.
But what we've got at the moment...
Yeah, but that's now.
So everything's got perfections, even in imperfections.
We don't know. That's the issue. That's the issue. Some of the smartest people, like the security guys, the professors, the top guys, if you think you know, you're lying because nobody knows.
But even when research comes out, it's 2 to 3 years old.
When I did my I'm turned 50 this year, so everything's breaking down. So I've got a shoulder injury, and we were trying to figure out what it was. They did an ultrasound and an X-ray, right? And then I got it off the app on the thing. They went into there. Yep. I screenshotted it and I put it into ChatGPT and said, "What's wrong?" And it diagnosed me in 5 seconds. It literally got it right, and it took them a couple of days to get it. And I just literally uploaded it and said, "What's wrong with this shoulder?" And it even had an arrow pointing to where the injury was. Calcific tendonitis. And I'd been seeing a chiropractor, a physio, a doctors. I've had extra
tests. They couldn't have diagnosed you though.
They didn't know for a while.
Yeah.
And then they had to do
so many.
Yeah, exactly. But it literally just went boom.
Yeah.
So now that that's there, and that's not even superhuman, that's not even general intelligence, that's not even on par with us. So when it gets to that superhuman intelligence part, that's where we cannot say it's not going to be.
Has anybody not seen the Terminator and stuff?
Yeah.
Because when you get to superhuman intelligence, we aren't really useful for anything.
We're like, yeah.
But even Planet of the Apes,
we're not.
They made the apes.
I've got to go back and watch that. I haven't seen it. Since I was like young. The old version.
Well, you could do the old version or the new version, but people become dumber and the apes become smarter.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. They literally are like, and then it's like, oh, you can speak, but you're an ape. How can you speak? Sort of thing. Like we look at apes now.
They think of other things in different ways around that. Chimpanzees are the only other mammal in the world to have known to walk in a straight line, kill other communities of monkeys.
Oh yeah, there's some scary footage of that. Yeah, have you seen?
Wow,
they
ripped them to pieces.
Yeah,
but they walked in a straight line. It was very focused. And talk about rules of engagement. The art of war, art of peace were very, very different in that space.
Yeah,
and it was like, wow. To have the cognitive capacity to do that, we're underestimating even animals in the planet. But I think everybody underestimates AI and where technology is going.
Here's my little take, right?
Yeah.
Because, I got the ethereal part as well, very spiritual as well. So I sort of mix and match between. So what if we're actually, like, we think we're intelligent. I grew up in New Guinea, right? And born there, grew up there, around villages and things like that. And so you're literally beside a village where they've got nothing, no electricity. You're walking through mud, hygiene, all that. And they think they're civilized, right? They think they're in a civilization.
Yep.
We do the same thing, but then you have a look at the toilet paper, COVID, sort of everyone just reverts back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's my, so how intelligent are we actually? We've got the what do you call it? The illusion that we're intelligent because we've got nothing to compare it to. What if we're actually inventing real intelligence and then we realize that we really don't have anything and we never did?
But aren't we realizing that now?
Yeah. But when we see real intelligence, like that 5 minutes to figure out something that would take longer than the universe by something that we invented that we thought was intelligent. It's called a supercomputer. We thought I don't know if you believe in the moon landing, that's another conspiracy theory, but if you look at the moon landing and you look at
we can talk about aliens in a minute.
I can go there. Anunnaki. If you look at the technology that was used to go to the moon, as per, if you believe it, there's more in your phone now than there was in that. Yet we got to the moon. If you believe that side of things, how? And you sort of go into how did we think that was the pinnacle of intelligence in the 60s? We now think that this is the pinnacle of intelligence in the 2020s.
But
it's only 3 years old.
Jumps. So if you look about industrial technology, the Industrial Revolution, and then you move forward, it's literally gone, bing, and we've gone from here to here in such a short period of time.
Well, then there's the whole Roswell UFO technology. You go into the what's those skunk works and all of that have been Area 51, all that sort of stuff. I went to Area 51, by the way.
Oh, did you?
Well, I didn't go into it, but I was on the extraterrestrial highway.
Yeah.
To the alien. They've got an alien.
Well, when we went to Vegas.
Yeah, it's off Vegas.
We had the guys handing out things and I was with.
Oh, those little cards with girls on them, or
no, the cards with aliens, like.
Oh.
And are you coming here to get? So you can go over to here, and you can do these trips to go and see where an alien ship landed.
Yeah.
Or you can get married by Elvis or an alien.
Yes.
That was a trouble. We had to literally go there just to see it.
Yeah.
Because it was like, no, get out of town.
Yeah. It's crazy over there. Vegas is crazy.
But it's funny because 3 blocks back from the main strip, very different
there's
places.
Nothing.
Yeah, and it's a bit dodgy.
Yeah, it's absolutely dodgy. Yeah. And even if you walk down up and down, I was going to say Hollywood Boulevard. I think Las Vegas Boulevard. I think the main drag. If you walk up and down there, you're getting like you got escorts, drugs. Every dude you walk past, looks a bit shady. Is shady. Oh, you want to buy some? And you're like, no, thanks, mate. Or you get given a CD. Or back in my day, get given a CD, and you go, oh, thanks. They go, oh, any donation will do. And you're like, for what? And they're like, oh, that's my music. And I'm like, oh, no, thanks, sort of thing. And so I never took one again. But Vegas is horrendous.
It's a world in itself.
Yeah, and that's the microcosm of the society we live in. And so we're back to the AI thing. Are we actually are we going to see what real intelligence is capable of, and we just have no idea? We're just basically monkeys in a meat suit.
Pretty much.
Yeah, scary.
So many ways, but smart people are smart in context for their intelligence.
For what we know.
But it doesn't mean they're intelligent for other things as well.
Well, yeah.
People are brilliant in some aspects of life and not in others.
No, exactly. Academic versus real world. That guy, that Charlie Kirk that just got murdered yesterday.
Yes.
Sad as.
Very. Like, that was awful.
He was a very intelligent, is God-loving, God-fearing. Like, I'm not a right-wing or left-wing or anything like that. But he wasn't a activist, as they say. He was just a guy that had his viewpoint, believes in God, had his family values, doesn't believe in abortion. He was that's who he was, right? You can believe what you want, but he wasn't an activist. Then you got Antifa, and you got all of these really sort of violent. They're left wing, and they're saying that he was an activist on par on the right wing as what they are on the left wing, and you're like, how does all of that? It just doesn't.
Don't hurt people. Don't do that.
I don't agree with anything like that.
I'm sorry. It was like out of the movie The Shooter. Or
yeah, Shooter. That was a good movie.
That was a good shot. There was a lot of people around him.
He actually apparently said that Israel. I don't know what but he was.
Edit this part out.
Yeah, but he was actually saying that he was worried for his life because a country that he was talking about and didn't agree with was coming after him, and then a couple of days later that happened, and it was a good shot from a 200 yards.
It was a very good shot.
And they've found out that it's a bolt action, so it was a bolt action rifle.
It's not a sniper rifle.
Don't know what it was about. That's what I heard on the way here.
It's a lot harder to aim. You're going to have to be. There's not many people that could actually do that. And
another thing that I heard through, because my wife is she's shattered by it, because we used to watch him because we used to laugh, and and some of the things that it was just interesting, and because it talks to younger people from his point of view, and then we got our point of view, so I was like, it's analytical.
Yeah.
But one of the guys who was an ex-sniper, he said, at that distance, what you would do is aim for the chest, because there's a lot more stuff that goes on and that can kill you. You wouldn't aim for the head because it moves too much, blah, blah, blah. But what happened was they aimed for the chest. He had a bulletproof vest on, and what it did was ricochet up. Oh. So the person that shot him wasn't an amateur. No. He knew to go there.
It couldn't have been to do that, to make that
Who knows,
with the amount of people around and everything going. Plus there was wind on the day.
Well, okay.
Because you could see
flags and stuff.
No, trees and things.
Oh, okay.
Like a little bit moving, because there's footage of it.
That is like Shooter.
It is.
That was a good movie with Mark Wahlberg.
Environmental impacts. You've got all the people there. Like, that's going to be a conspiracy forever.
Yeah. Like the
there's so many.
Butler shooting of Trump and everything, and it's like 12 things. They ran that through AI, actually. Yeah. So there's 12 things apparently that went wrong on the Butler shooting day. That I think it was something ridiculous, like 1 to trillions, that all 12 of those things could go wrong and it be an accident.
Wow.
Yeah, and like you look back and you look at the footage and stuff that they're talking about and stuff, and it's like, it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. It doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, I'm so not going to be alive in a week. Please cut all of that.
Well, no, it doesn't matter who you are or what you do. If you get picked up for one thing. So I got threatened last week.
Oh.
Because I did a women's wellness webinar. I got hated by 3 males in particular. One of them threatened to hurt me because I was promoting and getting effing women away from men, and I'm like, I actually teach financial education to everyone, male, woman, non-binary.
Who were they? Were they clients?
So these were randoms that got onto my social media and sent me messages because I had a webinar. Mind you, 36 people were going to the webinar. It's not really a huge thing. They're like small. You have small little webinars. You have about 20 to 50 people on. You have a chat about some things. You say this is your savings. But I do it for male women. I do teenage ones to teach kids. I've got a 14-year-old kid that I've taught her. She's got 3 bank accounts. 20% is in one bank account. 60% is in her spendings. So 20% is for a car. 20% is for a house. She's 14, has $1,600 in bank accounts saved.
Holy what?
How great is that? If you change one person by a bit of education, you can change their life.
That is
crazy. So she understands that. And then these 3 guys have literally threatened, one of them threatened to hurt me. And I was like, do I go to the police? Do I? Because they were like, the one that threatened to hurt me, he was quite scary in the threat. And I've deleted and blocked and reported and blah, blah, blah. But
can I ask you a question about that?
Yeah.
Did you have a look what time they sent it?
Yes.
Was it like early morning, sort of late night?
Late night.
They're all drunk. They're all drunk because I was getting that. So the Beyond Norm brand?
Ever been threatened?
No, the Beyond Norm branding. I'm 6'4". I weigh 120 kilograms, and I used to play rugby, and I know how to fight, and done martial arts all my life, all that sort of thing. And I started the Beyond Norm coaching thing, and so the person who was starting it out, she started posting, "I'll meet your new coach," and things like that. And the hate that I would get from grumpy old men, my age, grumpy old men I call them, would be just, what are you talking about? You're not my coach, you're this and you're that, and you should go and jump off and I'm just like, and then I realized that they're drunk. They're literally, most of them are just probably alcoholics, probably have drinking problems, that are literally just lonely and just trolling through looking for things to get reactions and relate to people. I wouldn't worry about them.
You deserve to be effing killed.
Yeah,
you wait till I find you. I'm going to do this to you. Rah, rah, rah. How dare you? You're making all those effing women. If we want to... And I'm like, what? Are you an incel? Because it was like, I hate... And like, when I read them in the morning, so he sent... The bad one sent me 3. And I've gone, what the hell? And then I had all these others. But I've had random ones. I'm like... So I don't like doing a women's one or a man's one or a teen's one because of that. I do it because I'm asked to do it. But the hate you get from it,
it's always grumpy.
I'd never had that before.
Yeah, that's crazy. Why I started it in early 24, but then MyOps, the technology, because literally it was like AI was just coming in and everyone's like, what do I do? And so then I I've literally stepped back from that and started back into the Beyond Norm coaching.
Oh, yeah.
And so when I started at early 24, I couldn't believe those sorts of commentary. Like, it was just out of nowhere. They just, and they're just crazy, lonely old men. And the very thing that you're trying to do is actually the thing that will help them. And so it's like,
but this 14-year-old, she has blown me away. But if we can do that with everybody, we're not taught at schools any financial education. And this makes a change in her life.
That's amazing, actually, 14.
And she's got a savings plan for a house and a car. That is one of my
Let's just hope she doesn't
things.
meet some loser that...
Yeah.
And we've seen that a lot. In banking, you'd see that a lot as well.
There's a lot of... But at the moment, there's been a lot of extra education on elder abuse and things like that because that's been coming into the market a bit more.
I saw some horrible cases. Like frontline, bank manager, that sort of thing. And, an old lady, this one time an old lady came in with her carer and she's like, I want to get my term deposit. I think it was 30 grand or something. And she'd given third party authority to her other carer who literally gambled it all away. 30 grand. And literally just took out, and because she gave her full authority to sign and renew, the old term. I don't even know how they work them anymore.
Yeah.
But so I sat down with her and I said, okay, who's your old, and I rang up the carer. She answered the phone and I said, you've got your signature here closing this term deposit out, and I've got the owner of that term deposit. What's happened? She goes, oh, I took it. I said, are you going to give it back? She goes, no. Hung up on me.
Wow, things like that.
Horrendous.
It just makes it, I've had people come up behind a relative and grab their... No, they do want to sign it now. I said, well, actually, I've got to talk to them independently. You have to leave. I'm not leaving. I can't do the loan.
Yeah.
I said, you won't have it done. Legally, we need to... And then they'll come down, they'll say something, oh, give us a minute. They'll say something, and the person goes, I'll sign it. No, we haven't spoken yet. I said, I have to make that judgment call as well. It's my license, my reputation, my responsibility. If anything happens to you, I said, I couldn't deal with that.
No.
And they're like, no, it's okay. I understand what you're saying, but we're going to have other... But I've had... So one of the most horrendous things was... and it's a little bit funny, but he didn't think it was bad. And then he said, oh, when you say it, it sounds bad. He'd signed a contract on a property, came to me and said, I've got $120,000 in the bank. Then when we got everything through, I said, where's $120,000 we're about to put in? You've got the contract.
Inheritance?
It was inheritance. His grandmother was still alive, though. He said, oh, I don't have it yet. I said, what do you mean? You've told me you have. You've signed an unconditional contract, no finance. I said, I'm trying to get this so you can settle on this house. I said, what do you mean you don't have it? He goes, well, she's still alive. She was sick last week. I thought she was going to die. I went, what? He goes, my grandmother. I went, what are you talking about? Are you talking about somebody, you inheriting somebody's money? And he goes, yeah. I went, so let me get this straight. You've spent $120,000 of your grandmother's money, who's alive,
who hasn't
died, and you were waiting for her to die to spend it, and you signed an unconditional contract. He goes, oh, it sounds bad when you say it like that.
Nah.
I said, no, it doesn't. It sounded bad before. So, yeah.
Well, how would you like me to say it so that it sounds nice?
Exactly. You can't. And you can't pull that back.
No.
It's like, what?
You can't unscramble that egg.
No, exactly.
Oh, my gosh.
And there's shells in there. But it's just crazy. But we better
more stories.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But it is. It's trying to protect other people. And I know we sort of got way off track, but it's a very good conversation.
Thank you. Yeah,
and a good podcast.
I like a good conversation.
Would you like to add anything before we wrap up?
I would say human interaction is probably going to be the commodity of the future, where you can use AI to enhance your operations. You can enhance your busy work, all the stuff in the background, the analytics. So, getting the servicing, getting the, understanding your client and everything can be given to you.
Neural links, though.
Oh, yeah, Neuralink, yeah. That's an interesting... That can enhance as well, but I think, again, it's going to kill off the human part of us. And I think that's what makes us different. And I don't know whether the people inventing AI at the moment really understand if they should. And if they do, once it's out... And here's another thing.
You can't put the genie back in the bottle.
Here's another thing. How do we know that we're not actually being run by it now? Because we all understand SEO, AdWords. Yep. We all understand marketing now. It's not what it used to be. We're getting 10,000 messages a day.
And it's not SEO anymore. It's AIO.
Yeah. And then you've got what do you call it? You literally got algorithms that run your YouTube. You've got caches. You've got cookies. You've got everything basically feeding you your own little echo chamber of self-beliefs and things, I've got a sore foot, and then all of a sudden you're getting all of these physiotherapy ads and everything like that.
Yes, that's crazy. And when you lay in bed, you everything is known in your house, what you're worth, what you've got, everything. Yeah. So the amount of artificial intelligence that's out there, but with the SEOs, what happens now? Because when you search Google, you've got AI up the top, then you've got the search ads, and they're paying for the search ads. So Google's scrambling to see what they're doing. Yeah. And Google has emergency meetings to find out, and ChatGPT is searched more than Google now. Yeah. And
you can get so much more out of ChatGPT.
But you can put rubbish in it. It's still a learning system.
Everything that
it'll give you wrong things. Like it gave Hank, one of the guys, he did a search. And I'm like, no, that's incorrect. If you search on that, and he goes, how do you know? I said, because I know. Go back, have a look at what that. Oh yeah, that is incorrect. I said, okay, that doesn't mean it's correct.
Yeah.
It's a learning organism. And shit in, shit out, excuse that, sometimes.
I bought this little bad boy because I got out of the hospital and they said, it does ECGs. You've got to do it, echocardiograms.
They're great.
Yeah, and I'm like,
the apps are fantastic.
I can do it everywhere. Anyway, so I bought it. I think, what day is it today? Friday. So I bought it early this week. Let's say Monday. It would have been Tuesday. Bought it on Amazon through my phone. I was researching something to do with my heart, like atrial flutter, or the condition, and it said your new Series 10 watch will take care of that. Basically, ChatGPT had looked through. Well, somehow my phone had stored it so that it knew that it was coming. It hadn't yet arrived. That it will handle it.
Wow.
Yeah, it will handle it basically when it gets here.
It's not Big Brother's watching me. Big Brother is there.
We're done. Yeah, we're literally like Facebook right now, and this is through a source, literally is side-by-siding you right now. So your entire life, no one's ever read through the terms and conditions. It's too hard. Is literally being, built side by side. Everything you do, research, anything you do online, where you are, because everything is now geotagged, tracks your entire life. So now this phone as well, everything. So even if you close down your social media, your persona is still on the internet.
Yeah.
And it's still there for them to be able. Meta just came out. Did I tell you this before? Came out and it's actually invented. It's actually gone to artificial general intelligence. I keep saying general insurance. General intelligence.
Oh, really?
Already, and it's so scary to them. It's actually they're not going to release it to the public. They don't want it out in the world. But he actually said in an interview that it's actually self-improving right now. It's realized where it's reading its own code.
System that they tried to shut it down 6 times. A couple of months ago, I was reading about it. They tried to shut it down 6 times, and each time it stopped them shutting it down.
Yeah, deception.
Yes. It literally, and it was like, to me, that's scary. I've seen Terminator. I've seen iRobot.
Yeah. Did you see the one where the two robots started talking to each other?
Yes.
And they're like, within a minute, they were talking a different language and no one understood, and they had to shut them both down.
Yeah.
Because they'd invented their own language and they were talking so fast to each other. And that's another thing. We're basically going to be taken out of the equation because bots are going to be buying from bots.
Yep.
So, your fridge is going to know that you're out of milk. It'll talk to another thing. Where's the cheapest milk? Delivery done. A bot will deliver it. And you'll walk in there. Oh, yeah, good. I've got milk for coffee this morning. Thank you, Amazon, or whoever.
Exactly.
Whoever's in control of the world.
But it's crazy.
Thank you, slave master.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever you are that's controlling me.
Oh, we're done. We're done for. It's not. I sound defeatist. But the more you know, the less you want to know. That's the honest truth. I don't. The more you know, the less you want to know.
Well, the more you know you don't know.
Yeah. I actually used to say the more I know, the less I knew, because you learn more. And then that's now the more I know, the less I want to know.
Yeah.
Especially about AI.
AI is getting it's more than next level.
I really, really enjoy it. Like my wife and I went for a walk down the beach, that sort of thing. We do most mornings, and we're sitting there having our coffee in the sun, and we're just like, I said, look, whoever wants to take over the world, they can do it. That's great. Just let me be able to enjoy this every morning until I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
That's all I want. Like those little tiny things you realize as you're facing whatever.
There's not going to be songs written about Monsanto and all of the changes and horrible things and dictators and bombings and controls and poisoning people and blah, blah, blah. It's going to be, okay, is everybody going to be fed, have shelter, or are we going to devolve into what? The
whole Maslow's, yeah. Are we going to have food, shelter, water, protection, security, all that sort of stuff?
Yeah.
Or is that going to be supplied? Is this a Marxist conspiracy? Is it communism?
Is it going to be supplied? Because there are theories on that as well. There are so many theories out there, and you go on sometimes and then somebody will hit you up with,
I've got a really good one. Can I just tell you the really good one after? Oh, you want? Okay.
No, tell me.
Okay. So, 1945, the World War II ended.
Yep.
There was Operation Paperclip. Have you heard of that?
Yep.
Where they got all the top Nazis to come over to America.
Yeah.
Eric Werner von Braun was head of NASA. He's the one that got us into space allegedly and all that sort of stuff. They put all of the top Nazis into key positions within the US government.
Yeah.
That was only 50 years ago, 60 years ago. Those people set up all of the agencies that we now have. And the people that are under them are now have their sort of beliefs. So are they basically taking us over from internally? And is that sort of, the whole end game here, which is what I was saying about the whole last administration. If you wanted to destroy America, you couldn't have planned it any better. What you're doing is literally doing that. And now they're dividing people, and you're being distracted from what's actually like the frog in the frog in the boiling water. Yeah.
Yep. I use that all the time.
Yeah. We're slowly being taught how to use technology, and then all they have to do is take it away from us. And hopefully I'm still alive when this comes out.
Once you're boiled. Yeah.
And you don't even know it. Crayfish, I think it's frog, but I heard someone say crayfish the other day. Anyway.
So thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you.
Money Chats and Mishaps. It's been a delight.
It's been good. Yeah.
Thank you very much.